Good morning, it's Alice from Alice Cards and Knickknacks. Welcome to my live post on Facebook. Today I thought we would make my customer appreciation cards for October. It's a card that I make once a month. For anyone that places an order with me would receive a customer appreciation card. And we're using this month Flowers of Friendship. It comes as a bundle. You buy the stamps or and a punch. The punch is for when we're doing, I'll just get the punch, sorry. This is the punch. It's more for these flowers and leaves on the side here. So they punch them out, okay? So today we're going to look at using our water painters and colour in the flowers and the leaves. So that's what we'll be using today is our lovely water painters. Very easy to use. You can buy them from Stampin' Up. I think they're about $21 for a set of 3. If you're interested in that, I'd be more than happy to help you out. Now let's get going. I think it's time to start. See, my stamps are all laid out, and since these are thank you cards, I'll be using my thank you stamp and my large stamp. There we go. I'll just put them on a base, get them ready. There we go. So that looks good. Now the inks we'll be using today is Memento Black. That is for the outlines, and we'll be stamping, painting in Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight and Melon Mambo. They're the 3 colours I thought I'd put together, and we're going to use a basic black cardstock as our base card. Okay. So, and inside the card I've just used this stamp, which is just a border stamp, and also coloured that in. So it just dresses up the centre. There we go. Well, I'll put them aside. Hello darling, my friend Julie, how are you this morning? So I'll just start with all my bits. So this is a basic black cardstock. I'm just going to score it halfway at 10.5. So the measurement of a basic cardstock is 21 centimetres down to 14.8. And when you fold it in half, just like that, you've got your basic card. Now I use my bone to burnish the crease so the card will sit nicer. So that's the basis of our card, and it's going to be what we call a tent fold, so it will sit that way. Then I have all my layers. Now I've cut a lot out, but that's because I've got to make quite a few of them. So that will go down. The yellow will go down, Daffodil Delight, and the white. And I keep a spare white because we'll need to stamp on that as well. So let's start. I use my little glue pot. I'll use this one. Put my little thing in. Yeah, I look forward to Saturday too, darling. Julie, I've got a live class, face-to-face class. It's very exciting when we get to have face-to-face because of lockdown. So we've got a nice face-to-face class. It's raining here today, very drizzly sort of weather. Now, I just applied my glue to my Melon Mambo cardstock. Put that down. Then put my Daffodil Delight down. Now sometimes when I want to do multiple colours and you're not sure, Stampin' Up has a colour guide that helps us with that. So if you're ever unsure, just give me a hoy and I can help you with that. I can print it off and send it out to you. It gives you colour guides. Now my white card, I just for a bit of extra detail, has rounded corners. So I'm rounding the corners. There you go. I'm going to try that one again. Oh, that's better. So that will go on top. Just a bit more detail. I mean, this is a great little punch. It does three things. It punches the oval around your corners, or I'll see what happens here. I must have to stand up to get the... And look at that. Gives you beautiful decorative corners. See, there you go. I've changed my card. And the yellow shows through. Isn't that lovely? So a very versatile punch, still available through our annual catalogue. Now, just to, as we talk about a catalogue, in the annual catalogue, I'll just show you where it is. It's on page 78 in Flowers of Friendship. The stamp set on its own is $37, but if you buy the punch and the stamp set, you save 10%, which is a good saving, and it's only $61. And if you make that purchase in the bundle, you will receive one of my friendship cards and a little surprise as well. There we go. So I'm just going to now... Oh, that was my bookmark. That's from a pen friend. Isn't it beautiful? She's hand painted that. I'm going to stamp my large stamp with Memento Black. Rain's good for our gardens, Julie, but they say it's going to be with us for a while. I've got markets on Sunday, so I'm hoping it's not going to be with us for too long. All right, I'm going to place it there like that, and that's our basics. But on my card, you might notice I've got a few more flowers on there, and I stamped again on a separate piece of paper, cardstock. If you've got a piece of scrap, use a scrap. Always use up your scraps. Here we go. And I stamped. There we go. And I will colour them in and cut them out. So while we're stamping, I will get my little... Oh, where did it go? It was right here. Oh, under the cardstock. Here it is. Our sentiment piece. Try and get everything stamped. So there you go. Remove that one. And now I'm going to get my ink pads ready. Now, I've got a bad habit of, I'll do a design, but every time I replicate it, it's never the same. But I don't think that's a bad thing. That's just who I am, how I operate. Some people are very clever and they can they can replicate exactly. I tend to be more self-indulgent and say, oh, I like it that way today, and I'll do it that way. Okay, now I'm going to squeeze some water in here. Everyone has their own way of doing this. Going to pick up some green. There we go. Can everyone see that? And then I'm going to, I feel like that's a bit watery, so I'll just paint away. Now normally if it's straight colouring, I do it beforehand, but since I was painting, I thought I'd do it. Now I don't need all the leaves, so I'm not going to colour them all in. Okay, try not to use too much water because we're not using water stock. And it doesn't matter when you're doing this that we have this idea that we must go all the way to the edge. Well, I don't tend to do that. I try to get close, and then I've got another colour, another painter, so I keep it all separate, and that's purely so I don't have to keep changing my brush or cleaning my brush. Okay. Now I'll make this one yellow. Now, because we are enjoying making our cards, I really think it's lovely that we don't have to, when we're replicating our design, you get the base design correct, but honestly, there's no rule that says every card has to be identical. I really don't feel that's got to be the case. I think expression is more important, enjoyment, having fun. I'm going to do this one. Now, the only time in this design that I actually had to do something the same is this big flower is going to be melon mambo, and I need one of my flowers to be that colour because I actually put it on top of it. So there's one underneath and one on top. Right, so that one, get another paintbrush, put a bit of water in there just to squeeze the water out, wet the thing, pick up some colour. Yeah, that's good. So now our painters are 3 different sizes. So you get a really fine brush, a medium brush, and then you get a large brush, which you normally would use for a background. I'm not using the large brush because there's more detail I'm wanting to use. Now I'll just put that, bring this one down. There we go, we're nearly there. Now Julie will be doing this in class next month. I've been requested by a few of our classmates to do a bit more watercolouring. Well, hopefully I'll have enough painters by then. There we go. So that's the base card painted and done, okay? Now I'll just finish the extra bits. So I need to do that one. This is the one I will cut out and stick on top. There we go. So I don't need that branch. I'm going to use that branch. I'm going to use that branch. Okay. I've only got 2 yellows, so I'll go back to my yellow and paint. So if you try and keep your brush not too wet, it won't bleed. But this one, I obviously had it way too wet and it's bled out of the outlines, but that's okay because I'm going to cut that out. Okay, so that's that. We'll get our little snips now. And cut them down. I'll try and remember to stay in the camera. Hi, Catherine. How are you, darling? How are you enjoying your holidays? So I'm just painting. I'm just fussy cutting, which is not my forte. I much prefer a die cut to do the work for me. But sometimes you just got to bite the bullet. So I'll just trim that a bit more. So that's actually going to go on dimensionals and sit on top there. Now this stamp set's a lovely stamp set, very versatile. You can be as fancy or as plain as you want. I have an idea for the other little stamps that you saw in the stamp set. I'm going to make a wreath out of them. And we'll paint the individual flowers and then use the punch to punch them out and then glue them down onto our card base. So there's one flower I'll put somewhere. Get rid of my rubbish. Here's the other flower. Yes, I know, left-handed. I must look a bit Gumby on the video. So we had a lovely class on the weekend at my home with the ladies. We had lots of giggles, lots of chit-chatter, catching up with everyone. And you know, doing craft is so good for the soul. I'm not sure where I'll put that one. It'll go somewhere there. Now we need another pink. And I'm not going to use the leaf on this one because we get a bit overrun. And my husband worked hard, finished off a side garden. Now he's got, I've got him, he never did any gardening. Now he's right into it and he's coming up with new ideas every time. So now he wants to pull apart a swing and make it into a passion fruit vine grower. So I think that sounds pretty trick. I look forward to him making that. So that's pretty much what we do. We just sort of play around with it. Maybe that one needs to go there. And put these two down here. Might pull us some leaves. Anyway, that's about enough flowers. I'll just put that and we'll put it together now. So this one is going on dimensions. Just one is needed, that's all. Line it up. There we go. So that's that one on. So I'm going to put these ones, I'll just trim a bit more of the white off. I just got to leave enough white on it so I can still handle it. I think that would go nice there. Double glue there. Double glue on the leaf. Double glue down the end because we want the end part to stay down. Like that. Now this one, I think, will I do that one or that one? Yeah, that one. So I think it needs some more pink. It seems wrong, so I'll go that way. Yay! I think we'll go do that one. Double glue. Am I still in camera? Down the stem. And put that in place. And when they're very fine, you can manipulate them a little bit to bend. And I'm going to put this one on dimensions, like that. So I'll need small dimensions. So one there, one on the leaf. And there you go, that's that part. Now, here we have our little sentiment. I'm just going to bring the ink pad closer. And I'm just going to roll the sentiment in my ink pad. Like that. It gives it a nice little colour on the edge. I hope you can see that. Like that. Right, so I'll just let that dry there. Now one card I also rolled in, which you can do or you don't have to. So it just gives it, you've got to be careful not to touch it until you've given the ink time to dry, or you'll have smudges everywhere. So I'll just put that ink there and that there. So you can see the little melon mambo border. I'm going to put my sentiment on dimensions. And place that there. A few little bling, of course. Card's not the same without a bit of bling. You guys could get really messy with this one. You're right. Oh, you ladies can get ink all over the place. I just need one more. There we go. So how's that looking, ladies? Now I'm going to glue this into place. Oops. Try and get it square. Okay, and one last little thing we haven't done yet is put a little bow on it. I'll just get some nice linen thread that we can put a bow on. I've got a new reel here. If I can start it. I think there's the... So just even it out. Like that. I'll put a sticky dot on my project using my pick. I just want it there. It'd give it an impression that might use two. One down and one up. That it's a bunch of flowers. Right, there we go. Put that in place. So that's the front of my card. I'll just trim my little tails. There we go, that's the front. Now we'll just do the inside here, which will take no time whatsoever. Get a little card base. I'll ink this up. Where's my bento black? I'm starting to get messy, girls. Trying not to put my arm in the pink, in the inks over here. Pinks. There we go. Now, these obviously are much harder to ink. So you actually are just going to do a daub. You're not going to actually try and paint the whole thing. You're just going to do a daub of ink. Keep your brush moist, not too moist. And I'm doing all the yellow first. We don't want it too moist because it will run, because we're not using watercoloured paper. There we go. That's that done. The green. As you can see, I'm not actually staying right, going right to the edge. I'm just sort of patting it nearly. Here we go. This is a wider brush, so it actually makes it a bit harder. One more. There we go. Put the lid on that one, definitely. And now we will try very carefully to glue that in place. There we go. How's that? That's my finished card for today. I hope you enjoyed watching me do this card. I really enjoyed showing it to you. Thank you, ladies, for watching and commenting. I love it when I have people watching me do this. You can obviously buy the cards, and if you buy the actual bundle, I'll supply you with the card to make this set. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. God bless. Love to you all. Bye-bye. Bye from now. Happy crafting.